Here for you, baby.
How do you judge Brock Purdy? How do we judge Brock Purdy and not rank him, but how do we judge how good he is? What is the criteria? What have you used?
1, poise. 2, turnover, how prone he is for turnovers. He's past that. And the most important, I'm sorry I didn't start with it, is the win-losses. And he's undefeated as a starter in the NFL for the San Francisco 49ers. Now, it's just like a good movie or something you're watching and it gets off to a good start. For him, unlike a lot of people he's playing with, Steiny, we've seen more of the others. So as we continue to watch him perform, we'll see if he messes up on a note or whatnot. But I'm just telling you, last Sunday was the first time that I said, is overthrow gate, the 3 passes, is that something that's going to be consistent? And I don't think I sound like a hater. So tonight when I get my popcorn and watch the game, we'll all watch and see if that rears its head again. But as far as how do you judge him, he's at an A+ right now because he's winning. And I don't want to hear why you think he's winning. You can share, but you can't take away what the bottom line is. He is undefeated in any game he starts and finishes in. And, oh, by the way, 2 of the 10 are playoff games. And I'll rest it there. Seems like you got some water. You trying to rain on it.
No, not at all. Not at all.
What made you ask?
Well, I was just thinking about Jimmy Garoppolo, and it felt like, remember when we would use Jimmy Garoppolo's record as support for his play? And to a certain segment of people, all that mattered about Garoppolo was his record, while there was a whole nother group of people that were saying, I don't care about his record, he's leaving stuff out on the field and he's not good enough. And why, when does Purdy, all Purdy have to do is win, or is he going to have to start being a little bit more impressive, even though he's been terrific, if you know what I mean? Like, it's so hard because he's on a really good team. They're asking him to do certain things. He's doing everything they've asked him to do. And is this good enough right now? Is this team and this quarterback good enough to continue to kind of run the tape?
There's no doubt they are. And Steiny, last year, tell me if you count the bucket, that's new we added to the show, if you count it, the fact that he took them to the NFC Championship game.
Yes, that's a huge part of it. But, I'm not doing a good job of explaining what I want to talk about. I want to talk about it, but Evan was talking about it earlier, just Brock Purdy. He was like, I don't think Brock Purdy can play bad enough for the 49ers to lose a game.
Wow.
And there is something to, this is where Kyle Shanahan is special. A factor. Mm. Yeah, he's a factor. I think we've got to acknowledge that Kyle Shanahan, he's got his quarterback, and he's coaching this quarterback, I think, differently than other quarterbacks.
But what about his attributes? We all can I'm already ready for the disclaimer, Steiny, that he reads and processes it better than Jimmy. He throws the ball or looks to throw the ball downfield more than Jimmy. So, yeah, he's in a good situation, but it's his mannerisms that are allowing him to be successful and run the Ferrari. We can't take that away because we've seen lesser from Jimmy, but yet the team still got to a Super Bowl and they still won.
I guess for the people out there, that say they need to see more of Purdy, I do understand that, but at this point, I've seen enough of Purdy to assume this is basically who he is. Like, why can't we, for the people that say we need to see more, like, I get that. We need to see how he handles big-time adversity. We need to see
high-leverage situations.
Sure. We need to see, can he help rally the team from two-touch? All that stuff we just have to see. But what I'm getting at is what I've seen already. Like, he's not going to he can't fall off a cliff at this point, I don't think. He's not that kind of quarterback.
Okay, And I'm on the side of, I think I've seen enough, but for the people, I won't call them haters, the Peter Kings that say they need to see more, wouldn't you think you got a sign, a drop of the 3 overthrows to where now you finally have something, a substance to say, there it is.
Nah.
That's it.
That's not me.
It happened 3 times. What if they win 30-10 today, but he misses 2 deep passes where the receivers are wide open?
Then we got to bring Darnold in.
No, I'll give you 1. But that can be a characteristic that we didn't see that was on display early. And it'll be something, Steiny, 1 throw, a la the Super Bowl, Emmanuel Sanders.
No quarterback can make every throw.
There's no doubt. But there were 3 in one game.
Don't call him then. Don't call the long bomb if that's what he's not.
No.
They didn't call it for Jimmy.
Well, a lot of people say Jimmy didn't do that. That wasn't his forte. He didn't like to do that. It was there. Brock's he's dialing up.
So Brock had 1 game he overthrew. Now you're worried about the overthrow.
No, it was 3.
I know. That's what I said.
It's
3.
just something that I'm watching. That's all. It may never rear its head again in life. But for the people that say I need to see more, I'm going to be real, Steiny. That could be it. That's all. You don't care about the overthrows. Like it ain't even on your.
It's not that I don't care.
It's in the file.
It's not that I don't care.
Little footnote.
It's not that I don't care. It's that we're into mountain out of molehill time. That's where we're at. Mountain. We're making mountains out of molehills.
What is the cliff you speak of, or the people that say, what if something changes?
There's not.
And we see more of him.
There's not.
And then we see little warts.
We're going to see little warts. We're going to see little warts.
Can there be a big wart in the most inopportune time or game?
If Brock Purdy's biggest wart is that he doesn't hit the deep ball as much as other quarterbacks. By the way, the deep ball doesn't hit all the time.
Yeah.
I'll take that right now if that's his weakness. Right now, I'll take it.
But then you're talking about Garoppolo, basically.
I'm talking about Montana, too.
Oh, Steiny.
I'm talking about Tom Brady. Tom Brady didn't throw it 50 yards down the field.
Well, but he hit deep passes more often than not. Randy Moss on line 1 when he was a Patriot. They broke a record.
The point is that he's not the only guy who has a facet of his game he's got to work on at the quarterback position.
No doubt about it, but he's your guy. He's the only guy for you, so nobody cares about the others in different locales.
Well, I care about Josh Allen if I were a Bills fan saying, when's he going do you think they're saying after 4 or 5 years, when's he going to stop getting hit so hard when he runs?
That is fair, but you're talking about
still one of the best quarterbacks.
4 or 5 years. How many games? That's 90 games.
Right. So he's got a weakness. Josh Allen has a weakness that we all have to acknowledge now. For some reason, he doesn't slide right. He puts himself in harm's way.
No doubt.
Like, that's who he is. You're not going to replace him at quarterback because he doesn't slide, but it's something that can be a real detriment. But he can still be a hell of a quarterback.
Well, I'll tell you what, to your point, if the overthrows, like I said, I'm not making a big deal, but it's something that I can't ignore. If people are not giving any credence to that, and it was just, okay, couple missed passes, everybody can't hit them, I get it. Then what are you waiting on? Because I'll tell the people that think they want to see more, you've seen it.
Well, you've
seen them in the playoffs against a damn good Dallas Cowboy defense.
For the people who need to see more, it's like, you know what I say? Who cares? Who cares who they are? Who cares what they think?
That's where I'm at.
Brock Purdy is the quarterback of the Niners. He's quarterbacked 10 games. He's had great success. They have a good team. There's nothing left to do except see what him and this team can do.
I ain't mad at that.
There's just nothing. It's like, I need to see more from Brock Purdy. Sit down. Sit down and shut up. Yeah. You're going to see more from Brock Purdy.
That's how I feel.
And you know what? Here's the other. If you don't see more from Brock Purdy, you know what we're going to be talking about? That maybe he's injury prone. That's and that's the other thing. I don't take it as an insult when people say, I need to see more. Because the quarterback doesn't get to control every situation. There are things outside of Brock Purdy's control. That's why we need to see the entire season play out. I mean, Brock Purdy could get hit tomorrow or tonight, and everything changes. And then we go from, this guy was a franchise quarterback to, well, how do we not know he's Jimmy Garoppolo all over with the injuries?
Yeah.
That's why we have to keep seeing stuff so he can build on build on his resume. But
this ain't high school or college, Steiny. What he did last year and what he's doing through 2 weeks and coming back from an injury, I don't think you can manipulate looking like you're good. Like, there are no glass slippers. I think this kid knows what he's doing, checks the ball down when need to be. He's got weaponry everywhere you look. I'm ready to sign my John Hancock on this dude is the guy for the next 5 to 6 years.